Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel, man. Bro, Max Holloway went off this past weekend. Man, first off, if you guys did not get a chance to actually watch this fight, go do that. Literally from the start of the fight to the end, it was an absolute banger. You had two amazing strikers, super high level strikers, just going at it. And what made it even more amazing is that both of their striking styles are just completely different. Like, Max the whole time is definitely the faster fighter, the quicker fighter. He has the quicker hands, all that. And so what it seemed like his game plan was literally to blitz Arnold, touch him up a bit, hit him with a good combo, and just angle out, or literally just go back, just leave the area completely. So Arnold was basically just swinging at air. Arnold, on the other hand, was definitely trying to go for that counter, or even when he was actually leading the fight, he would just go with some like very heavy strikes, especially in the last round, the 5th round. Arnold was totally just throwing haymakers. Like, he was trying his hardest to knock Max Holloway out. What was actually a super dope moment was before the 5th round started, in the corner, Arnold's coach literally told him, like, hey, it's World War III. Like, we got to go all in. And you can see Arnold go, okay, World War III, cool, let's just go. And like we saw, Arnold literally just went out in 5th round, haymakers pretty much the whole time. Last like 5 to 10 seconds, Max and him also just went at it, where Max was able to drop Arnold, but they were just going at it, man, just throwing haymakers, trying to knock each other out. And also, what this fight taught me, man, Max is so fucking good. Like, his quickness is there, his hand speed. I absolutely love the way that he throws his combos, then just angles out. The way he's able to create that angle and kind of just literally just turn his opponent is amazing to watch. There's so many times Max will come up with a 1-2-3, or maybe just a 1-2, then he'll back off for a moment and then come back with a 1-2. And then other times what he would do is he would throw that 1-2 or that 1-2-3, then literally just slide out. Or he would see Arnold just throwing heavy, just trying to land some heavy punches, and instead of trying to counter or do anything, he would literally just swing away. Like, his boxing movement might be one of the best in the UFC, hands down. Watching his fights, you could actually learn so much about just how to create angles, how to kind of just push off his opponent. And honestly, that skill, I just appreciate that shit, man. But yeah, bro, overall, the fight was absolutely insane, which I guess this just kind of shows how good Volk is. Like, Alex Volkanovski literally beat Max 3 straight times. Granted, the first 2 were really close, but the 3rd one, he dominated him so badly. Honestly, if there ends up being a 4th one, Holloway is 100% going to be the underdog. I think in the first 3 fights, he was the favorite in all 3 of them. 4th one, there's no way he's the favorite. So yeah, man, I guess with Max, I don't even know who you pair him up against. Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez is supposed to happen in July, I believe. So if Yair ends up winning, which I highly doubt, I personally have Volk winning that. But if Yair does end up winning, then obviously Max is the next one up. It's a way quicker and a lot easier of a title shot for Max. But in all likelihood, what will happen with Volk actually winning again, I really don't know who you pair Max up with. Okay, so looking at the featherweight rankings, I know Josh Emmett and Ilya Topuria are about to fight, they're about to fight in the summer, which is going to be an amazing fight. And so with that, I mean, I guess he could run it back with Ortega, or if Yair ends up losing, run it back with him. But even then, bro, like, Max has basically beat rest of the... Yeah, Max has literally beat rest of the division other than Volk. I know in his post-fight, he talked about the Korean Zombie, and as a fan, I would absolutely love to see that fight. But even going into it, I'm pretty sure he already beat Arnold Allen. He already beat Brian Ortega. He already beat Yair Rodriguez. So I'm pretty sure going into it, especially how old the Korean Zombie is now, I totally see Max taking it. But at this point, he literally doesn't have anything else left. So yeah, man, fuck it. Why not? As a fan, I would absolutely love to see Max Holloway versus the Korean Zombie. I think it'll be an amazing fight. Now, turning things over for Arnold Allen, even though he lost, I think he lost in like the best way you could probably lose, which is fighting a future Hall of Famer, fighting a former champ, or just fighting Max Holloway, man. Like, anyone who fights Max Holloway, you gotta respect it. And for him to not even get knocked out, but he didn't really get dominated like that. Max obviously won unanimously, but I do definitely think that Arnold Allen had like won like 1 or 2 solid rounds. And so I think because of that, Arnold's stock definitely does not drop at all. Him versus Brian Ortega might be an amazing fight. I would love to see that. Honestly, bro, if Ilia Topuria beats Josh Emmett, I would bro. Arnold Allen versus Ilia Topuria would be an amazing fight, man. So, I mean, I'm super interested in seeing what ends up happening with this division. But yeah, man, we might honestly see Max versus Volk 4 in the very near future. But yeah, man, let's just see what happens. So real quick, Edson Barbosa knockout. Let me play this shit. This knockout is so beautiful. Just boom, shuts his lights off. This is kind of the video I found, which is in slow-mo, unfortunately, but I guess it shows the point perfectly, where Billy was throwing this like weird jab and trying to go for a takedown. Edson just put his knee up. Dude just face planted into his knee, knocked out. Like, it was so well done, man. Just folded him. Like, it was so similar to his knockout of Beneil Dariush, where even for Dariush, he just put that knee up, knocked him out. With this one, he totally made the read of, like, right before Billy would go for a takedown, he would throw like a jab, or he would throw something. He would stick something out there and then go for the takedown. Edson just read that shit like a book. And then when he was on the fence, Billy threw that jab out, went for the takedown, knee was right there. Night. It was beautiful, man. Then jumping down to this Pedro Munoz versus Chris Gutierrez fight. This was unbelievable. This also kind of showed how stupid Kansas City was, because they started booing for this fight, which I didn't get at all, because the amount of skill both of them showed, it was such a sick fight, man. Like, off rip in the first round, Pedro got a knockdown of Chris Gutierrez, dropped him to the floor with like a beautiful straight. And I think honestly after that, Chris usually he tries a bunch of like spinning stuff, a bunch of just crazy shit, but I think because he was scared of Pedro's power, he didn't really go as crazy. And so yeah, man, I think he just respected his power way too much. So Chris didn't really try anything too wild. Pedro just showed that he's still here. He's still that guy. Like, honestly, even before this fight, I personally thought that Chris was going to take it. Even though I think on the odds, Chris was the favorite going into the fight. But Pedro just showed he's still here to stay. He's still, bro, he's still just so good, man. And so, yeah, man, this fight, it was super technical. Like, me as someone who trains MMA, I loved watching this fight just to see their movement, just to see how they're creating angles, creating just literally how they were fighting. It was amazing to watch, man. Also, really quickly, shout out to Zach Cummings, Ed Herman. This was a super dope moment in the prelims, where after this fight, Zach Cummings got the knockout win in his hometown of Kansas City, which that was super dope. But then after the fight, both of these dudes ended up retiring, which was super cool. Both of them laid their gloves down. They just kind of hugged each other, just said that they were done with the sport. I doubt there's been many times where both fighters ended up retiring after the fight. So it was super cool, man. Ooh, also, this Brandon Royval knockout, crazy. Like, this was wild. Just knee right up, boom, and it was done. Oof. That knockout was absolutely wild, so I just had to show that real quick, man. It was crazy. But yeah, man, honestly, overall, super dope fight night. Next week, we got the heavyweights, man. We got Sergey Pavlovich versus Curtis Blades. This is gonna be sick. Just looking at the card real quick, obviously main fight's gonna be insane. This Song Yadong fight versus Ricky Simone. This is gonna be a fire fight. I mean, as usual, all the bantamweight fights are insane, so this is no exception. This is gonna be great. Bobby Green versus Jared Gordon. This is again gonna be a very sick fight. Jeremiah Wells is pretty solid. I'm gonna be looking at that. Kamaru Usman's brothers in here too, which is cool. But yeah, man, hopefully this fight night's sick as well. But yeah, guys, I mean, that is pretty much it for this video. As always, be sure to check out all of the links in the bio. At least it's something I'm working on, man. With that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on, all that good stuff. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.